Games. One of the best ones I've seen so far. Game number 2 and game number 3, very entertaining. Like we've seen some back and forth. Both of the Twitter guys from Team Secret and Alliance were sweating a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. But since then, Team Secret have gone on an undefeated run, not dropping a single game, 3-0ing Na'Vi, defeating Team Liquid, Team Spirit, Ninjas in Pajamas, all 2-0. And they were undefeated completely here, of course, due to that in the group stage for OGA Dota Pit, as they went 4-0 and 8-0 for series and total games, as we get ourselves into the draft here already with a couple of bans out. So in that series, in Gamers Without Borders, what were the big heroes that both teams were contesting?
What were the picks? I believe it was Bane for Puppy in 2 games. Like he had some really amazing saves against the Arrow. Alliance had Dragonite, Mirana, and I think Shadow Demon. So they were setting things up very nicely. Infinite stuns.
All those
So Dragonite gone, banned out by Team Secret. Man, Team Secret is a team that is hardest to draft against. You don't know what they're going to pick. Like, you literally have no idea. No one does. It's only Puppy.
Yeah, they're picking like Tinker Anti-Mage against Team Spirit. They're doing whatever the hell they want. They've been grabbing the Enchantress Chen from time to time as well. That's a beautiful support duo, as Phoenix, Dragonite, Amber Weaver, Pango all being removed. One thing you've got to worry about when you're playing against Alliance, though, is they are able to play very quickly when they get their hands on those really nice tempo heroes, the Chen, Death Prophet, Nature's Prophet, anything with a bit of push. They know exactly how to get things rolling. They had a pretty interesting series up against Hellraisers yesterday, didn't they? That Alliance against HR Game 2, the Limp TA,
yeah.
S4 Beastmaster.
That broke Hellraisers.
Like,
they were done after that game. We could see it in the next one. They really had no synergy whatsoever. But it just shows the strength of Alliance as a team, how they managed to make a comeback, and they were so far behind. You need to look out for Limp's DA. Like, if it's a good matchup for him, they're gonna go for it. Even if it's not, sometimes, he can farm up in the jungle. He just gives up on the laning stage and comes back even stronger. I just don't want to see Lina. Like, I know it's one of his best heroes. Just don't fall into this trap. It's not that good of a hero.
You can, walk into a fight, you will set things up, but it feels much better. Yeah, and then die, pretty much. Feels much better when he's on, the Puck, the TA, these heroes that can actively blink in and out of fights, find a target, but also stay alive. So Queen of Pain and Death Prophet rounding out the bans there. The DP for Alliance, of course. Very flexible across S4 or Limp. And first phase picks. So we've still got Shadow Demon as a potential grab here for them. Grimstroke also has been very popular in that first phase. I'm starting to like Void Spirit less and less, Lacoste. I don't know how you feel about him, but first phasing Void Spirit doesn't feel particularly good.
I had the same feeling when Void Spirit came out. Hero, when he's winning, he looks amazing. But when he's losing, he looks like a non-factor.
I'm going to dip into drafting time here, quite a bit Alliance. And could still think about Chen, Lycan, Beastmaster, all those pushing heroes. But it will be the Shadow Demon, a solid all-rounder. Save, initiation, lane control, and the Aghanim Scepter, if you're that position for SD. Getting the Ags with those demonic purges, very potent once you get into that mid to late game.
Yeah, Hanskin won them that game against Hellraisers with using a triple ulti on Morphling, who did not have any kind of save. I mean, you can itemize against that. It's just straight up pure damage. Well, what are you going to do? You get Link and Sphere, but they're going to proc that anyway.
So it will be Team Secret with the Chen. What do you want to pair this up with? Do you start off your draft with You know those big pushing heroes? Luna,
Gary,
Beastmaster,
I
Lycan?
don't know. I can just
You don't- you
look
can't.
down, but like Team Secret is unreadable for me, and probably for the rest of the planet. You know, it's just the way they draft is totally different than any other team. It might be a position 4 sniper, it might be tanker. You never know. You never know what they're doing. If they're like picking seriously or not, but they are every single game. If Alliance didn't take that game away from them during Gamers Without Borders, it would have been the biggest streak in history of Dota. It would have been 25 plus winning games. I think 28. Knoxville tweeted out yesterday. They would have beaten Newbie.
Because Newbie had like 24 or 25 when they had that Epicenter run.
Yeah.
It was a real long streak, but you know, no more Newbie now. They've had some problems, haven't they? Not going to be coming back. Well, they've made the history book a couple of times now, you know. TI.
Oh, this one's definitely going into history books.
So Earthshaker Chen, you're opening for Team Secret, probably your 5 and 4 roles. As Alliance, Shadow Demon are opener for them. It usually means like a Jakiro or something, but it's going to be an Axe for S4. I think that's his best hero the past couple of weeks. His Axe has been spot on.
Oh yeah, that 4-man call that won them the game, that was very pleasant to watch. One hero to look out for coming out from Alliance is definitely Morphling. Like, they really love to pair Morphling with Shadow Demon. Soul Catcher plus Shotgun, it's always going to be good at every stage of the game.
Sure is. Or even like a Wraith King without Radiance. Give those illusions and push them out. Also, the nice little save. And, you know, like the Wraith King for Nico Baby doesn't care about the Blink Echoes too much. As a Monkey King ban from Alliance. Does that signal anything to you?
It could also be a trick coming out from Alliance. Templar Assassin is Lemp's best hero. And Monkey King just dumpsters Templar Assassin in the lane.
I guess it also keeps like Kunkka open as well, something Limp has been toying with. As a Timbersaw is going to shut down these strength melee heroes. Alliance.
So what do you get? Do you shift Shadow Demon to position 5, get Rubik here? It's such a great Rubik game against the Earthshaker. Pure damage against the Timbersaw.
Still picking Timber into SD though, right? You've got ways to catch him with Disruption, Call, and you've got that Soul Catcher to shred through his HP very quickly. SD Axe is such a nice opener, actually. Disruption into Call, or you can make illusions of the Axe to like go and farm and push out waves. There's a lot of damage over time in lane if they are paired up together. Shadow Poison and Battle Hunger at level 1. Some of the most oppressive abilities. And neither of these really buy Spirit Vessel. So potentially looking here, Alliance, for a Spirit Vessel hero. Just to try and counteract the Timbersaw a little bit.
It's very hard to buy Spirit Vessel from position 5 if this is for Shadow Demon, but I would still like to see Rubik. Okay, this hero also deals very well with the Timbersaw. You can't get rid of the Maledict. He can buy the Spirit Vessel. Great against Chen and the units.
It gives you that nice bit of sustain in lane that matches with the Chen's Divine Favor, plus the headdress, just with Voodoo Restoration. And you also, theoretically, you know, could be angling for a tri-lane here, as Team Secret are the ones to go for Wraith King, stealing the pick away from Alliance.
You can't pick... It doesn't look like that great of a Slark game, but you never know with Alliance. Nico Baby just might grab it for himself. I still would want to see maybe a Morphling. Grid against Timbersaw, paired up with Shadow Demon works very well. Or you can go a different route, just get a hero that has any kind of mana burn, builds a Diffusal Blade. But Shaker, you know, already says, do you want to really go for it?
And the great thing about Wraith King is that, it's quite easy to forget that he's kind of a pushing hero with those skeletons. Matching up with the Chen, they've got a lot of tower damage just from those two. There's the limp TA you were calling for, so that monkey ban did signal that Templar Assassin for Alliance.
You know it's going to be a mid. Templar Assassin. So what do you get here? Looks like Timbersaw off lane, Wraith King just a safe lane. Chen, Earthshaker position 4 and 5 here.
Oh, one ban to remove out a Nico baby hero. You're more afraid of the Morphling than the Slark? It feels like that's what you are kind of angling towards.
Templar Assassin can create a lot of space, so you can be more greedy. Like, you could go for one of those two. But then again, picking... Like, Slark into Timbersaw is a double-edged sword. Yeah, I'm gonna steal, stacks from Timbersaw, steal his strength. But Timbersaw can easily blow you up. Like, your Shadow Dance is not very effective. Same goes for Earthshaker, any kind of a stun. You're not gonna see any TP is out during the Shadow Dance.
It's the same with PL as well, right? Earthshaker and Timbersaw kind of covering the bases for, Slark PL picks, which could be good against the Wraith King. Because otherwise it would look like a pretty good PL game here. Team Secret dipping into that reserve time. Right now they don't have anything that pierces magic immunity. Then we've seen Nico maybe Juggernaut a couple of times. But it will be that Morphling ban, like you said, a little more afraid of him than any of the other options.
I'm just wondering what does Team Secret get here. Maybe something like a Viper. They have a last pick just to ruin Templar's Assassin's lane.
Is it okay for Storm?
It's okay for Storm, for sure, yeah. That's the second hero I was thinking about.
Because right now you're only really worried about the blink call from Axe. Razor actually going to be the removal. And Alliance picking just before Secret. Nico baby hero to come. A very difficult choice. They do have a bit of tower damage, through the TA with that Deso. Their Roche taking is pretty much just the Templar Assassin.
I just don't want to see any, voids, any long cooldowns.
You need to be able to have this kind of, Necro.
Okay, so this is very interesting pick. I love Necro just as a hero, that he deals well with a lot of these heroes. There's literally 0 damage that goes through his Ghost Shroud. He doesn't care too much about Earthshaker and Timbersaw. There's also save from Shadow Demon, so I think it's a very, very good Necro game.
Yeah, it looks like it. And there's the Storm for Team Secret. Still a very good Storm game. And that's the ability to catch the Necro and do that magic damage to him. As we've got our drafts all rounded up. But yeah, as Alliance, you're playing into Wraith King, Timbersaw, Earthshaker. You want to be able to have kind of multiple cycles of the team fight, dip in and out. Necro with that sustain, and Templar Assassin with that refraction blink should be able to do just that. Team Secret, they've got a lot of reach, very tanky heroes, and their lanes are going to be super solid as well. It's going to come down to
I'm liking the lineup from Team
shut down
Secret.
that Timbersaw.
Seems like Discord is lagging a bit. I'll
Just
rejoin the room. I'm back.
And very good. I can hear you just fine.
I could hear you robotic, but that happened right now, so that it doesn't happen later when it matters.
Get the issues out of the way nice and early. But yeah, it feels like Alliance have to really shut down the Timbersaw and stop him from being that presence on the map early on. Because Wraith King and Storm, they need that kind of calm, relaxing time to farm into their first couple of items, and then they hit their first peak with Kaya Storm Matumba Man, I do wonder what kind of build he goes for this game. Are you feeling the Radiance, or are you feeling that Armlet Deso Blink?
Well, there's a couple things to think about when you're going to build Raid King in this game. Like, do I need Radiance? I'm playing against the Shadow Demon Disruption, so they might get the Radiance unless I'm able to turn it off, which is doable during Disruption. I still can't believe that's not fixed.
Ice Frog.
And I mean, Radiance is very good against the Ghost Shroud, you know, against the Templar Assassin, Mischance, Refraction. We'll see. It also depends what kind of a timing they want to look into. Man, Zai, he just wants to build Hood first item. At least that's what he has queued up.
Yeah, he's got the Ring of Regen, Tango's Salve, and then Hood queued up. You're absolutely right. So Zai Timber down bottom with Yapzor Earthshaker. Alliance holding their little high ground near the outpost. 4 heroes with FNG Witch Doctor, S4 Axe, Hanskin on the Shadow Demon, and Nico Baby Necro. So not quite deciding where they're going to set up these lanes just yet, but I assume they want Necro plus Witch Doctor up against the Timbersaw, and they want to try and put Axe Shadow Demon against the Wraith King. And Puppy Chen down here as well. Teams looking to contest bounty runes, as Nisha Storm and Matumba Man on the Wraith King, hiding away elsewhere. Fisher from Yapzor catches a couple. FNG and Hanskin split straight down the middle, but it's Nico Baby with the bounty rune, and Puppy taking a substantial amount of damage. As S4,
Puppy's fine. With the boots, he can't afford to go for play like that and get Penitence level 1. Fisher block. There it is. Oh, Yapzor's very, very low on mana.
Bring out that clarity as quickly as possible. So SD Axe top lane, Matumba Man just body blocking up his wave. 1 bounty rune still yet to be claimed. Might actually end up being a 2 for 2.
Mine.
So Liberty A against this Nisha Storm. And we've seen this matchup swing both ways, really, you know, down to the side blades of the TA. As Nisha, as soon as he gets Overload, has the 2 instances of damage to burn through Refraction.
I've seen this matchup quite a lot, and I favor Storm Spirit more. Like, you get 1-1-1 build. I've seen Storm Spirit just getting a kill on level 3. Look at the refractions, already gone.
Yeah, was it Iceberg against someone that he
There was no
20
one against someone as well that dumpstered his lane.
Yeah, you know, Storm at like 20% HP, Vortex, Overload, get some bottle charges in there, and you can kill off the TA. So far, Matumba Man taking a lot of pressure. 4 stacks of poison, forced to pop his stick. Battle Hunger still going on him.
Very, very tough lane for Matumba Man on top. It's overtime damage. He has Raid Fire Blast level 1. We also have seen some Raid Kings not even getting a point in a stun if there's no kill potential until level 4.
Those side blades from Limp Mid. Very close to bringing Nisha down, but he's got the salve. Long duration on those salves now, of course, so a little more time away from the wave. As Zai bottom, 1v2ing. Wave going in towards his tier 1. Oh, good drag across. FNG cancelled out, but Zai's put himself in a bit of danger now. Great Fisher from Yapzor, making sure the Timbersaw will be able to survive and salve.
It's still a ton of magical damage in the bottom lane. Like, it's a Timbersaw. You want to get him to level 3 to have 2 points in reactive armor. But he needs to be careful. Just one good bounce from Witch Doctor or Maledict when he's low HP could get them to kill.
Zai going to get a ton of experience under his tower and a few CS. Yapzor Earthshaker just continually blocking up camps, making sure that there's only one creep camp that FNG can pull into the wave. It does get the job done, though. As Yapzor now swinging in towards mid. Nisha, there's the Vortex under tower. Burned through the refraction. Limp taking a decent chunk of damage. And they've now got this potential with refraction on cooldown for 10 seconds. But Nisha's been hit by the spill of the side blades too many times. He's gonna fire. Oh, the first blood! Limp!
Radiant's courier has been killed.
My goodness! I mean, I said it could swing both ways and it's going to come down to side blades, but Limp really showing off why he is so spectacular on this hero.
Nisha did not expect that one to hit. He had Fairy Fire ready. Oh man, it's such a huge kill actually. Runes would spawn in a couple of seconds. Storm Spirit had a bottle coming up to him.
At the very least, he did buy that bottle before dying, right? That is the one kind of upside for the Storm. Limp there grabs the Invis rune. Double Wraith bands. And now the Blightstone Wand coming out for TA. So that's going to be even more damage, but also that sustain against all of the spams from the Remnants. Matumba Man, 10 CS top, not having the greatest of times. S4 farming away like a madman. Gonna be dragging waves, looking for creep camps and couriers. Yeah, gets the spin on it. Salve down, so Matumba Man now out of regen as mid lane. They do come in with a Witch Doctor, the Fisher. Limp, trapped on the wrong side of the river now, but Nisha can't get the finish. Yapzor with the boots is gonna give chase here, but refraction in 3 seconds means looks like Limp is gonna be left to survive. Nisha, surviving on 50 HP. Bounty runes coming up as well.
Also, top lane is being a disaster for Team Secret. Raid King 16 CS, 26 on Axe.
Kill on FNG here. It looks like he does. Expected the Witch Doctor to come and try and steal his bounty rune. Gets the kill and the rune now. Puppy. Who's got the Ogre Frost Mage, but he can't really stop S4 from doing this. Maybe with the help of Yapzor. Fisher lined up. Does catch the axe. S4 turns around, battle hunger and spins, gets the call, and Puppy is a spin away from death. The shadow poison from Hanskin now with a disruption to buy time for S4 to escape. Alliance off to a cracking start here in game 1. Pressure applied. Matumba Man, he's having a real rough time. Mid lane TA is level 6 and potentially looking for this dive and kill onto Nisha. Another trap to slow down the Storm. He's got Ball Lightning and just enough to get a bit of distance here. Limp with the refraction. One more hit. There's the Ball Lightning. Limp still giving chase, but he's got to give up now. FNG's rotation does come into the mid lane with this catapult wave, but Secret bring both supports.
They brought a lot of numbers, did not grab a kill, and also tower down to 1/3 of HP. Now Timbersaw starts to creep skip on the bottom lane, like every single lane is going very well for Alliance. 41-8 against 27 on mid. Definitely not what I expected. I've seen this matchup, it's just a skill matchup. Nisha did not expect that Sideblades hit, which cost him the lane.
Yeah, that one kill makes a massive difference in this lane in particular. As bottom, Zai's creep cutting, trying to put a stop to it here with FNG and Nico Baby, but Zai level 6. And 11-1 charges perfectly fine to get out of danger. As Limp on the dire side of the river, chased down by Nisha. Turning around with a refraction there, but a quick little vortex overload, zip zap onto the top of Limp, and a Fisher. Where's Yapzor lining it up for? He's looking for it. Finally gets the job done, but refraction again in 5. Nisha's got to be careful walking, anywhere near this Templar Assassin.
And just TP out.
Going to be able to walk all the way around. FNG in the meanwhile does get picked off by Zai.
When we talk about Zai, we always say Zai is the sacrificial off lane, but when Zai gets the farm, if he's on top of net worth, he's gonna deliver.
Well, 2-2, slight net worth lead for Alliance. Even with all this pressure they're applying, we've still got, like you're saying, Zai doing very well, and Wraith King's caught up, 43 CS for Matumba Man now. As a lot of attention is being given to the mid lane. We've got, 5-6 heroes all circling. As Hanskin on the low ground gets zipped on by Nisha. And there we have the 3 secret heroes on top of the Shadow Demon. Disruption buys a couple of seconds, stops the Storm Spirit from getting the kill.
That's what he wanted. Just give gold to someone else.
Steal the stack away from the TA.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Limp has a couple of traps. Slowing down Yapzor on his way out. But now we get into these kind of 1v1 side lanes. Axe doing pretty well against Matuma Man, but he's going to TP back home. Halfway towards Blink for S4.
Matumba Man relying on Skelly Bros to get the farm. So every single time they're up, spam them, farm the jungle, put some pressure on the towers. I mean, you can't really just pressure the tower right now, but a bit after Axe is there, the skeletons are just gonna die.
And both sides, mid laners, back into the jungle as Storm and Templar Assassin always do. Trusty shovel there for Nisha. Grabbing up some neutral items as they cask Maledict into mid. Limp with a Meld Strike and some Side Blade spills. Pops Yapzor as he was trying to leech experience to try and crack level 6. Almost 10 minutes in, and these supports on both sides kind of struggling to get their levels as they're all rotating in for runes, trying to defend the mid laners.
Check the build on Hanskin. Straight into Aghanim Scepter. He has Arcane Ring for himself. After winning that game against Hellraisers, he's like, man, I can solo kill enemy cores with just casting ulti.
That's just by Aghanims. Yeah, we're seeing...
I don't mind that.
Like we saw the Weaver do it in the previous series. These position 4 Weaver Shadow Demons, you know, getting that primary item up as quickly as possible. So what does that mean for, like, Spirit Vessel? Do we just not have one for the Radiant, or is Witch Doctor gonna... Oh, Zai. He's trying to defend this mid tower, but look at Hanskin and FNG. Smoked up behind Limp and Nico Baby as the catapult does work. Tier 1 glyphed up, but it's surely going to drop here. Secret not in position to fully defend it. Attempt to deny from Zai, but they've caught Yapzor. He will get one Fisher. That'll be the end of him with a Reaper Scythe from Nico Baby. And very nice from S4, hiding in the trees, waiting for that tower to fall, and now the TP reactions can come in. Matuma Man, level 1 reincarnation, he's phase bootsing away, getting out of there as Nisha Storm is in the vicinity and can turn for a team fight if need be.
Oh, he gets the tower with Skelly Bros. Still nothing queued up on Raid King, deciding which route he's gonna go for, and now we know. He will get that Radiance, manage to recover after Alliance put a lot of pressure on him with overtime damage. And you see Necro, he's not afraid to use ulti just to grab a kill in position 4. He understands that those extra 15 seconds means a faster Blink Dagger.
Storm, very long zip in. S4 gets a call off, he's already popped his wand. Hanskin not in range to get a disruption or a save. So Nisha now, second kill of the game for him. Getting up to level 9. A pretty good comeback here. Storm Spirit still about 1,000 net worth behind the Templar Assassin as she clears through ancient camps and rushes that Blink Dagger. So Limp can now start playing much more actively. Especially with Mech Necro, Blink TA, Axe, where is he? Oh, 250 gold away from his Blink. This timing could have been pretty perfect if not for that death up top. So they need a little bit more time for S4.
Hanskin stacking the camp. It's very easy to stack double camps with Shadow Demon. You attack one, you use Shadow Poison on a different one. And it's also break. Once you get the Aghanim Scepter on Shadow Demon, you can break a Raid King, you can break Timbersaw, Earthshaker's Aftershock, you name it. There's a lot of spells to break. Storm Spirit Overload. I mean, it's not the best one. Oh, we need to break Storm Spirit to win the game, but sometimes it's about those little things.
Yeah, I mean, like breaking Storm probably removes like 30% of his damage, honestly. Overload makes up a lot of his actual damage output. Nisha farming Radiant side. Working on that Kaya. Reaper side down bottom. Yapsaw with Maledict and Death Ward. Yet again finding the Earthshaker, delaying that Blink Dagger even further. Storm zipping across towards that Courier for a little snipe on it. And then he zips himself out of there as well, as Alliance were all grouping up down bottom lane. I believe they caught a glimpse of the Axe Blink Dagger now as well. So they should know that Alliance are pretty ready to hit their stride. This is all a period of the game now where Matuma Man needs to finish off the Relic. Moving into that Radiance. Zai is going to be the face of Team Secret right now. He'll be showing on lanes, making sure that everyone's focusing on the Timbersaw, waving his arms in the air, saying, look at me, I'm the target you want to go for. A couple of deaths for Zai now. Probably ideal for Secret, as both Nisha and Matuma Man want to be farming jungle.
One thing Matuma Man does not need to worry about in this game is getting his mana burn. That means Reincarnation is always going to be ready in a team fight, so it's much easier to play Raid King like this. Yapsaw, he's not getting any farm. He got killed twice, once by Reaper's side, the other kill didn't add extra timer on his that, but still, it's very hard for him to find a farm on the map right now.
It's all being sucked up here by his teammates. Even Puppy, getting that Helm of the Dominator, has taken a fair amount of farm away from him. But this does give Secret, if they can, win a team fight around one of their objectives, which Alliance are sure to start pushing. That ability for Secret to actually shift into an objective shove of their own. Bounty runes for Nisha up top, yet again, just sticking in the enemy jungle. Zai showing on the trap and probably on the mid lane. But again, this is Zai's job. He is there, kind of baiting them in. If he can survive from this initiation, even better for Team Secret. As the smoke from Alliance comes to nothing. They will try with a catapult to get some damage onto tier 2 mid, but yeah, look at that, the pings from the Timbersaw. He knows exactly where they are.
2 Blink Daggers ready on Alliance, that means we want to try and take this fight. Necro, very farmed at the moment, top of net worth. He's just been sitting on the bottom lane, level 13, full mech, Yol Scepter.
Team Secret don't really want to or need to fight. Those Blink Daggers somewhat of an investment from Alliance. You buy the Blinks, you want to battle, get some pickoffs, make that investment worth it, and they'll jump Zai. Miss the call though. Uncharacteristic by S4 to miss out on that initiation. Still a difficult kill to take, that Timbersaw. Maybe with that Maledict level 4 with the Death Ward they could have found him. But Zai, very ballsy. Still out on the front lines, there we go. The Blink Call initiation now cancelled out by the Fissure. Thanks to Yapsaw, Zai will be able to pop his wand and Timber Chain out. Now Nisha coming into the fray, used up by Nico Baby. Nisha, Storm still zipping in with a long-range Vortex onto S4. The creeps from Chen chasing them down. But Alliance's initiation comes to nothing, while Matuma Man is still farming his Radiance.
It's coming up to
back in.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is time where Secret have delayed this aggression from Alliance, and they are ready with their own timing.
Zai's job is just to go in, try to bait some spells. Oh man, they got Nether Shawl. Give that to Zai. Extra magic resistance. On top of Hood. Some spell damage. I mean, you already have armor, so you don't have to care about that one. And even if you feel threatened, there's Hand of God from Chen to keep you alive. Man, Poppy's getting a lot of farm. He's almost as farmed as Axe.
Yeah, and that's the... Oh, look at Zai. He's just walking in there. Hello, lads. How you doing, Alliance? S4 blinks across as Nico Baby giving chase. Another Timber Chain down to the low ground. Zai is out. Nisha zips away. Alliance just being dragged across this map. And this is one of the troubles. You buy these 2 Blink Daggers, and for a solid 5 minutes you don't get anything done with them. While Secret are farming these much more expensive scaling mid-game items. The Bloodstone, the Radiance. Now they've also got Pipe on Timbersaw done.
It's Roche time. TA gets
Radiant's
this
bottom
Arcane
tower
Rune.
is under attack.
Time to head into Roche
Radiant
Pit.
structures are
Put some
fortified.
traps around to see what's happening. Like, just lowering the cooldown of your melt and refraction is gonna help a lot. That's like having a double damage, pretty much. Scan connects, so Dire knows something is up.
Radiant's bottom
Seems like
tower
they don't
is
care too
falling.
much about this.
Just gonna let them have it. They've got free farm on both of the side lanes. Earthshaker is very close to Blink now, so every little puzzle piece coming into place for Team Secret.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Radiant's bottom tower.
This is still a very strong Alliance side, though. They have that instant initiation, they have the blow-up potential of TA and Necro, and they've got a ton of sustain. But it feels like Secret are just waiting for Alliance to make their move.
Just wants to farm up a Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. Wraith King has his Radiance. Level 2 ulti.
Zai really has played this game perfectly, hasn't he? 1 kill, no deaths. The amount of space this lad has
Radiant's
created.
top tower is under attack.
Like, his net worth is 7.4k, but I'd probably argue that he's created like 5,000 worth of net worth for the rest of his team just by showing on lanes.
He's scouting things out. He knows that they have very limited control for him. They need to invest very hard. Axe Witch Doctor +1 to get a kill. Hanskin getting closer to that Aghanim Scepter.
And Alliance, again, all grouping up. Right side of the map, Aegis still in hand for quite some time. So Templar Assassin with that second life ready, but look at Zai. Invis, I think he did potentially just come under that sentry range for a second there, and that's what Alliance are pinging out, saying, we know where the timber is.
Radiant's middle tower is under
But equally
Dire's
Secret,
bottom
they're
tower.
just playing left side of the map. They are not going up high ground. They're not walking up staircases. And making sure that Alliance, again, have to be the ones that smoke and make that aggressive move.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Be right back. I'm taking my stick. I want to poke them, do something. I want to watch heroes fighting and dying.
Oh, they'll cast up Matoma Man and Blink Call. Level 2 reincarnation is there. They've got the Soul Catcher down and a disruption onto him, but Nisha takes down FNG. The stomps from Puppy. The Centaurs catch out the two heroes, Nico Baby Hanskin. Now they jump in from left, focusing down the Chen. But Puppy's tanky. He's got Hand of God. The heals, the armor. Ooh, the miss uphill.
Yup, he's waiting. There it
Oh,
is.
the echo! Yapsaw! Beautifully done! Team Secret wipe Alliance off the face of the freaking map, and TA has got not a chance in hell. Limp is stuck here, 1 versus 5, and Secret, they were biding their time, waiting for that perfect moment.
Team Secret just killed 7 heroes, Aegis and the buyback on Witch Doctor. They didn't even lose Wraith King's reincarnation. Affirmative, Zai says.
Radiant structures are
Like, I thought Pipe was dead as an item, but here it's a must-have. They have Necro, Shadow Demon, and Witch Doctor. One of the reasons why they did not die, and you said, Puppy, he's tanky. Mech, Hand of God,
Radiant's
just
middle
keeping them
tower
alive.
has fallen.
He's got
Radiant's top
12
tower is
armor.
under attack.
That TA, not able to burst him down, and that's what Secret have been waiting for. That's why Zai, I'm praising him so much, because he's bought all of this time for the rest of his team to get those initial items, which are just so much more value efficient for Team Secret. Blink Radiance Wraith King, Blink on that Earthshaker, and now a smoke along with Nisha, who has Bloodstone and Arcane Rune. This could be the beginning of the end for Alliance. Scan up onto the high ground, Dire move forward, smoke still on Nisha, but they spot Nico Baby, they want the other target. Zapping down the Hanskin Shadow Demon, and in we go with a Vortex there, Clumsy Net, and a Fisher, chain stunning Nico Baby into oblivion. They've got the damage, and it doesn't look like Alliance can respond. The Yules will only delay the inevitable death of the Necro. The chase is still on. Zai
Oh,
yules
it's
up onto
on.
the Witch Doctor, and in we go. The Blink Dagger gap close, and Nisha with a triple kill.
So this game just might end in the next couple of minutes. They're knocking on your tier 3 towers pretty soon with another mech. Hand of God ready in 40 seconds and the full pipe. Also Storm's Arcane Ring, Arcane Rune available.
And 3 Centaurs for Puppey. They've got so much chain stun here as tier 3. The ramp is breached. 23 minutes in. Alliance seemed like they were building momentum and looking good in this game, but Secret have played them like a fiddle. Melee Rack's about to drop here. And Alliance, where is this blink call? Where is the initiation from S4? He's got a blade mail, he just can't find the targets he wants. Zai's on the front
have
lines.
their number.
The cask will jump onto Zai. Nice Death Ward Melt Strike. They take down the Timber Saw, but Storm comes in, trying to focus Nico Baby, who turns the battle on Matuma Man. Level 2 Reincarnation is there. They banish him to try and get the Radiance Burning Illusions. Doesn't turn it off, but he yaws up now a Blink Call. S4's onto the Storm. Great jump as they try and bring down Nisha, but Yapsaw Echo Slam.
Nisha's still alive, and a god.
They get Nisha out alive, and Matuma Man still turning around to fight. He's got himself a second life, while Alliance, they're struggling, crumbling. They've got to try and bring down this Wraith King. Soulcatcher there, and they will find Matuma Man, but they lost their melee barracks.
They lost their melee Raxes. They lost another buyback. I mean, it's only on your position 4, but still, it's delaying his Aghanim Scepter. And once the whole Team Secret is out, when they reach the tier 2 towers, Wraith King is gonna have his ulti ready again. So it's time to take a fight.
Limp got the haste rune first. And also, Halberd very nearly done on the Wraith King. Super good against the Templar Assassin. That's just going to negate Limp completely. Nico Baby working on the Aghanim Scepter. As Alliance TPing to bottom outpost. Desperately scrambling to get a bit of presence on this map. And there's the jump call. Finding the Timber Saw. Good target to bring down. Limp finds the snipe. Zai did grab the bounty rune as he died. But this does stop Secret in their tracks a little.
Now, Zai dies if he doesn't have a built stacks on reactive armor. Definitely needs to buy plate mail. Yeah, that's what he has queued up. Ooh, I love this, man. Storm Spirit Aghanim Scepter, second item, is my favorite. Like, if you don't need to silence anyone, if you can just go in, create chaos, it might be a full team wipe, you know, coming out from Yappy follow-up. You have Wraith
sure
King
could.
that creates chaos, then Storm zips in. When they group around, so Yapster, he doesn't need to care about anyone. That's one of the reasons why he managed to get such a great Echo Slam in the previous fight.
They all dogpile onto this Storm and Wraith King. Oh, Arcane Rune for Nisha. Now zips out. No control for him. As Axe, Shadow Demon were both up top lane. Team Secret regrouping up again with a 5,000 net worth lead after a pretty dead even game. Alliance holding like a 1 or 2k lead for the first 15 to 16 minutes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Team Secret coming out of the gates, racing very quickly. It just never feels like they're under pressure. This map
Dire's
always
top
belongs to
tower
them,
is under
efficiently
attack.
farming multiple camps, multiple lanes, while Alliance just feel forced to group up as 5 and play together.
Next set of items coming out on Team Secret. Wraith King just staying one step ahead. Already finished Heaven's Halberd. He's way too farmed for the rest of his team. Nisha needs just 500 gold to finish that Aghanim Scepter. And Timbersaw bought plate mail, so he's good to go. Just have some extra armor so the TA can't burst you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Telescope. That's a very, very nice item with these two supports. Having Witch Doctor and Shadow Demon. Also Shadow Demon getting closer to his
Radiant's bottom
eggs.
tower
Just
is under
500
attack.
gold away.
Oh,
3
that's
charges with the break.
Titan Sliver for Wraith King and a telescope there. I wonder who they give that to.
Radiant's
Chen's got the
bottom
trusty
tower
shovel.
is under attack.
Telescope for the Earthshaker, it looks like, coming out. But a tier 2 for Team Secret. Bottom lane, then into the Radiant Jungle, and they can start to close this map and suffocate Alliance.
Radiant's bottom
Force
tower
them back
is
into their base to defend.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roshan, 1 minute 30 until the respawn. Something which Alliance are 100% reliant on taking.
Wanting this.
This next Roshan fight really could dictate where the game heads. A DD for Templar Assassin, massive pickup for Alliance. Surely they're going to smoke up off the back of this, try and make a play. Wraith King showing mid lane, the rest of Secret in behind him.
Wraith King level 3 ulti, 40 seconds cooldown, so he can get multiple of those in a team fight. There's still trap inside the Roche pit. Secret will need to get rid of that. Puppy has 2 sentry wards.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dire scan, not going to connect with anyone. And there's the smoke, Alliance. That DD rune is about to expire. Roshan alive in 40 seconds. That is the key for Alliance right now. Wrapping around towards the eastern ramp of this dire jungle. But look at Zai's positioning, holding the staircase. He's on top. Smoke pops. The trap there will give a bit of vision, but Alliance just still so afraid of making that first move.
You can't climb uphill without the vision. They see rest of the team, but you know, it's very hard to just jump up in this small area. Earthshaker with one good Fissure block could make the whole difference.
And all of your lanes are pushed in now. Alliance have to deal with top, mid, bottom lane. They can't just stick around here, surely. But Roshan has respawned. And Team Secret into the pit. Puppy has his Observer Ward immediately denied out. As Nico Baby clears it up. Limp. He had to go back and deal with that top wave while Roshan slowly being done by Secret. Matsu with a couple of crits here. Dropping him to about 2/3 HP. And Alliance just thinking about how they make their entry. Breaching past Team Secret's front line is so hard. And look at Yapzor hiding away in that Shadow Amulet. Ready for his precision strike. As Nico Baby, the very tentative step forward, immediately stunned up. Penitence there, and he's half HP. Gets the Ghost Shroud off. Might have to Yules himself as the Vortex lands. The Blink call from S4. It is not perfect, and that's what Alliance needed. They've got themselves the Zai kill as Limp gets the pick off in the back. But S4 is being shredded by Matumba Man. The buyback from Axe is now the Reaper Scythe, finding the Storm kill.
He has no buyback.
Enough. This is good for Alliance because Roshan is open for them, but Yapzor, the 4-man Echo Slam. Look at him go. Now the turn around with the S4 Blink. Call catches out one. Down they go. Secret lose out there, but Two-Man Wraith King is going to try and blink past Alliance. Even with that beautiful Echo Slam, they didn't have the follow-through. Secret
there was
are now
no
on the
damage. Run. Can he blink out? No, he can't. There's too much overtime damage. They can scout them out. With Shiva's Guard and Shadow Poison, it's a free Roche for Alliance. That's Cheese and Aegis. Roche goes down so quickly.
That looked perfect. But without your Storm and without your Timbersaw, your AoE damage on top of the Echo Slam just wasn't there. Alliance proving that they've got the sustain through this Necro and that Voodoo Restoration just to keep themselves alive. Great targeting by Limp though, finding the Timbersaw, solo killing Zai, then they move on to the Storm with the Reaper Scythe, and Alliance back in the driving seat.
Now Necro has enough money to buy whole Aghanim Scepter, 10-second cooldown on that Ghost Shroud on top of every single item, plus the Cheese, Titan Sliver. Man, Nico Baby is gonna be very, very hard to take down. Oh, TA, Orb of Destruction.
Easily bringing down the tier 3, and now Alliance looking for a lane of barracks of their own. BKB still up for Limp, 8-second duration. As Zai tries to delay this push, Alliance are backing up. They're not going to get the barracks. Storm, that's a long zip, and back he goes towards the fountain.
Storm has Gem queued up. I mean, if someone wants to buy Gem, it should be Puppy. They want to get rid of the traps. Storm needs a defensive item for himself.
Secret hold on. Alliance back into their position though. Still ready to continue that shove in the mid lane. They're just giving up on top. That's a ranged barracks they don't really care about. They want a team fight win here. Smoking behind Necro. Nico Baby, the only one to show. And S4
Radiant's
tiptoeing and
top
stepping
tower is
forward,
under attack.
looking for that blink call. Wraith King. Called up. Reincarnation. gonna get
Three-shotted.
popped. There's the jump onto Necro, but Matuma Man forced to blink away.
That's minus
Annihilated.
22 armor. Deso, Orb of Destruction, Meld, and the Meld talent. Like you have negative, what is that? 7 plus 7 sitting, no, there's no tower. Okay. So you're sitting at negative armor, minus 7. Whew. That hurts.
It really does. That's why Matthew now, with the Socuras queued up, he needs that armor item as quickly as possible. Alliance have fully retreated back to their base. They've shoved out their top lane, and Secret coming out of their shell a little bit. Yapsaw Shadowbladed, trying to scout out this Alliance side. 5 heroes all together. No smoke for them. Looks like they're just trying to bait the initiation onto the Necro. Now Secret looking for that jump. If they're able to force a fight here on the Radiant side of the map, could be big for them, and that's why that long line is drawn. Axe wants to go play Dire side. If they can win or lose a fight, no matter what it is, they keep Secret hemmed in.
Aegis will be gone in a minute and 30 seconds. Alliance still wants to take another fight with it.
I'll take that.
I don't think you can burst Necro when there's a Shadow Demon.
Radiant
With just one
are
disruption, it could turn the whole things around, and he also has cheese. So you need to deal with the rest. S4 is an easy target, even though he has Blade Mail, but
Radiant's
he has
bottom
no
tower is under
BKB.
attack.
Zai is being an absolute pest. Bottom lane, clearing out the wave. Chakram's going to follow him all the way across the map. And Matuma Man also still sticking around down there.
Radiant's
game-
bottom tower is under attack.
Really is this kind of back and forth, but quiet periods as the storm brews. Both teams are really looking for that perfect initiation, waiting for either side to make a mistake.
Poppy just casually farming on a mid lane, using a medallion offensively on the
Radiant's
catapult.
bottom tower is under
Like,
attack.
he's a boss. 2000 HP, Mech Vlad's Helm of the Dominator, has enough gold to actually buy a full Solar Crest, just saving for buyback.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And
is
Nisha's
under
got to be
attack.
much careful in the next fight, much more careful than he was previously. Even though Alliance don't have a massive amount of lockdown, all it takes is a Reaper Scythe and a Meld Strike. And the Storm Spirit falls pretty quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
The jump
attack.
call onto that puppy Chen. 3 hits it takes to get to the middle of him. Aegis does expire now. As Alliance hold the cheese on the Necro. Continue to apply that pressure mid, but they want to shift top for the tier 2. Matuma Man AC done. Double halberd on Team Secret across him and Zai. Great disarm.
Dire's
Try and
top
stop
tower
Limp
is
from
under
getting this
attack.
burst damage out. And tier 4 items starting to trickle through. The leveler being held by S4. He's going to send that back to Stash.
A leveler seems very underwhelming as an item. It needs to be very, very specific. One
Dire's top tower is under
good thing
attack.
about leveler is you can just keep it in your backpack, and when you take a team fight, swap it in so you have that extra building damage. Timeless Relic. Okay, that's a very nice one. Necro's still holding on to Titan Sliver, but you can give that to Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon, yeah, I believe he's the one taking it. Debuff duration and the extra spell damage. 3 charges of Demonic Purge, getting closer to level 18.
Another double damage rune. Limp TA. What is that? 500 damage? 514 damage with that minus armor. He is going to absolutely annihilate some of these Secret heroes. And Secret don't know about that DD. They could be thinking they're fighting this on even terms. Right versus left. Alliance just baiting out with Nico Baby, and Secret doing the same thing with Matumba Man, you know, both showing on the mid wave. As TA does show the DD top, clearing out and trying to push that in a little more.
Nico Baby with another defensive item, but that's BKB. It's really been a while since I saw someone buying BKB on Necro. He also has Ghost Shroud and Aghanim Scepter, so 10-second cooldown on it. These two don't synergize. Like, you pop a BKB and the Ghost Shroud, you're still magic immune.
Matumba Man, he's blinked in aggressively here, disrupted up. Did turn off the Radiance though as illusions, but look at that. Big burst damage as the Fisher stops Alliance from continuing to chase. Nico Baby still waddling forward, holding Cheese and BKB. As that Matumba Man reincarnation expended his first life. But no continuation, both teams very delicately tiptoeing around these fights. Yapzor still holding Echo Slam. Nisha ready with that AoE Vortex. As the high ground being broken, good disarm stops the TA from shredding the timber. Trying to handle these waves. As the storm now zips in, Templar Assassin, Vortex and Fisher blocks. Can still blink away thanks to the refraction charges. A jump in from Axe, no, doesn't really work out. They get the ranged racks and Alliance backing out. Timbersaw chasing forward. They want to try and take down S4. But the cast bouncing around stop them yet again. Zai, Timber chaining forward aggressively. Now focusing TA. The Wraith Kings found Limp, but a good call. Catches Nisha. They should have a Reaper side here and potentially the damage to finish him off. But the Hand of God keeps him healed. He's zipped away. In the backlines, FNG and Limp both slain by Matumba Man. And Secret, this is their time to shine now. They've got themselves potentially a move forward from Yapzor, but his blink's being cancelled by that Battle Hunger. And in the meanwhile, Nico Baby focusing Matumba Man and Hansken potentially with a kill on Nisha. They've got the Yules to stop the TP. Wand and zip back, but in comes the Nico Baby and Hansken duo. Limp, he brought back and he wants Zai on the other side of the map. He's chasing this Timbersaw down, but Zai with a TP will return to base. Team Secret stabilize.
It's still very worth fight for Team Secret. Top lane's constantly being pushed in. Tier 4 tower down to 2/3 of HP. And the skeletons are always pushing in the bottom lane. Minotaur Horn found by Nico Baby. Who do you give it to? You give it to Axe, I believe. Oh man, S4. He has 10-second BKB, but needs to pop it.
Limp is so far away from this fight. Team Secret not wanting to risk anything just now. And buyback status, we're looking at Team Secret with no buyback on Wraith King. They do have it on all of their other heroes, though. Same with Alliance outside of TA, who did just spend hers.
Are we getting close to any level 25? Templar Assassin just needs half a level. 1 second melt hit bash is a pretty big one. Same goes for Wraith King once he hits his level 25.
Roshan time. Aghanim Scepter in the big man's pocket. And he dies so quickly, Secret can't get here in time. They don't have a scan. Timbersaw's kind of wandering over there, but I think that's just done. Alliance going to get the third Roshan of the game.
You give that axe to FNG. Yes, you do.
Hell yes. Telescope, Ags, Death Ward coming. Game 1 in this best of 3, and Alliance fighting tooth and nail. It is dead even. They've got that top lane pushed out, so that full lane of racks that they'd lost, not mattering too much thanks to Limp's TA. It feels like Team Secret potentially only one fight left in them. That's why they smoke up Yapzor, Matumba Man, And
Radiant's
Puppey
bottom tower is under attack.
coming down to FNG, who was dewarding. Good disruption from Hanskin, though, holds Matu back and buys FNG a second of time as that crit takes him down. Halberd there stops the TA, but Matuma Man's first life already claimed. Zai needs to get in here as the BKBs from Alliance all pop. The Vortex, where is it? Nisha zips in, zips out. The Hand of God, not enough. He needs to buy back. Matuma Man dead for 2 minutes. As S4 keeps giving chase, he's got another call, and it caught out Zai. Good two-man Vortex there with a blink. Echo Slam, Yapsaw annihilates two of them. The Aegis now down is limp. He's potentially isolated. No BKBs for Alliance, so the chain stuns are coming.
Jeez, can he get it off?
Finish off. They've killed the TA. Now Nico baby, he's all alone. Hanskins can't save him. A 5 versus 2 is what we're left with as Team Secret. They have played this beautifully, finding 4 kills in a row.
Raidkin goes down so quickly, but the rest of the team, you know, when they have no BKBs on Alliance, they really bleed. Man, I don't think you get much value out of this Black King bar on Necro. You also have a Minotaur Horn, so you can't use the Ghost Shroud. There's... like, what do you want to do? Do you want to be Magic Immune, or do you want to be Ghost Shrouded? That's the question.
Yeah, one or the other. You can't have your cake and eat it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So no buyback on TA. They know that she bought back in the previous fight 75 seconds without her.
Do they have the chain stuns to bring down Nico baby? That's his buyback as he Ghost Shrouds. Still holding cheese. The Vortex not going to grab him.
So
Nisha
Storm will just TP out. Poppy will recall him full mana.
And Wraith King again with that level 3 reincarnation ready onto the tier 3. 50 seconds with no Templar Assassin, and they've caught FNG here. Sentry dropped by Yapsor, well timed, and Alliance. All it took was one fight from Team Secret to pick them off one by one. Alliance, it looks like they're done. 36 seconds with no TA. They're going to blink call onto Matuma Man. They're going to go diving into Fountain though. There, two-man Vortex. Where's the blink from Yappy? 4 seconds until Echo Slam's ready. So they just keep chain stunning up the Shadow Demon as Matuma Man, Hand of God, healed back up, and he's got that lifesteal from his passive. Still holding onto Reincarnation, pops the Skellies to bring down a second lane of barracks.
Still 15 seconds without Templar Assassin. They want to close out this one. At least get the Mega Creeps.
Zai frontlining. The S4 jump in does nothing.
Oh man, that was so unfortunate. He blinked into Enchant Totem. I don't know if Yapsor wanted to do that on purpose, or was it just a lucky strike knowing that it's Yapsor? It probably is on purpose.
But why is S4 going in there? His TA now respawns and they make a play onto Matuma Man, but he's still got that second life. So Zai diving under the Templar Assassin with Nisha. Ball lightning straight over, save the disruption now, but Yapsor is looking for it. The cask bounces onto him with a Death Ward as well, so no blink Echo Slam from the Earthshaker as TA jumps the Matu Wraith King, but he's popped the Disarm over onto her, and with that Minotaur Horn he has the shiny
Matu needs to run away from sight.
Matu getting out of there, but Yapsor again. The Blink Echo dunks onto 2, but they don't have the follow-through. Now Zai comes in, but they've lost Yapsor. It is still Mega Creeps for Team Secret, though, as a TP Timber Chain. The Meld Strike Bash will not connect.
He has buyback, so they are okay with this. Man, Matumba Man, I could feel his pain. He knew that Necro was about to Reaper side him. He bought back in the previous fight. 120 seconds, level 25, and added extra timer from Reaper side, he would have been dead for 3 minutes.
What do you do as Alliance now? Run down mid and go tier 4s?
Ooh, Storm Spirit, Timeless Relic. Like, you need to make stuff happen right now. Maybe you think Earthshaker does not have a buyback. That Vortex Pull is gonna last longer. Duration 3 seconds with the talent at 0.25 on that. Almost 4 seconds.
There's like 7 sentry wards in that mid lane. It's like Puppy's been having a pretty fun time throwing them down. But here comes Alliance onto the melee barracks, looking to try and get something out of that hold in their base. But Wraith King and Timbersaw inside the Radiant base, pushing in. And a denial on the melee
Styling on
barracks.
him.
Salt in the wounds. Disruption onto Wraith King back in the Radiant side as the Necro self-fuels. No, that was from the Timbersaw, I think. Yeah, sends him skywards, but Matu will be popping that reincarnation as S4 trying to
Let's
front
see
line.
the timer on his death.
Middle tower has fallen.
It's going to be a pretty big one. In comes Nisha. Vortex there as down goes
160.
Matu for 160 seconds. But look at your throne. The creeps are clearing it up. You have to defend your base.
Radiant
Your ancient
is under attack.
Templar Assassin onto Zai with another call. Timbersaw, he's going to fall. Is this the start of a comeback for Alliance? They know there's a timing here where they're going to be 5 versus 4.
Oh, it's very, very hard. You're playing against Storm, who's about to hit level 25 with Shiva's Guard. That's why Team Secret is playing so aggressive. Just keep the buyback on Storm Spirit and they should be okay. It's time for Limp to start thinking about buying Divine Rapier.
And the threat of these Echo Slams, though, definitely got to be in the back of the mind of Alliance. We had 3 or 4 as S4 blink calls Puppy's Chen. But again, he's out on his own. Does have buyback this time, though, as Limp. Oh my goodness, no BKB. He's trying to get himself away, but the Enchant Totem and the Sentry Balls with an Echo Slam onto 2 is all it'll take. The buyback from Limp is immediate. Nico Baby giving chase. Yapsaw cancels out the Death Ward. Nisha low on mana. Needs the ball lightning away as the Chen is going to be left here to die, it looks like. Nico Baby is going to run this one down little by little. Tickling down Puppy.
He places Observer Ward. Nisha is in.
2-man Vortex. Witch Doctor pops.
Base, they need to take care of the base. Mega creeps are coming in.
And Puppy survives. Nisha back in. He's buying so much time. Oh, Yapso. Every single one of these Echo Slams have been pretty much game-changing, if not game-winning. He's had 4 or 5 in a row where he's been annihilating Alliance. Look at this. Now Nisha in. Tries to zap onto Nico Baby. Switches targets over to S4. And the Enchant Totem. Yapsaw finishes him off. Cheese finally off. Nico Baby back to full HP. And Yapsaw will be dropping here.
Your death was a secret I could no longer have.
Next Roche may respawn in 15 seconds. Team Secret does not need to rush anything. Meanwhile, in the land of the dead, Matumba Man just chilling in his grave for 25 more seconds.
Yeah, he's gone to make some instant ramen. Plenty of time. 160 seconds is all it takes. Arcane Rune for Storm. That is a beautiful pickup for your next team fight. Alliance with so much work to do. Waves to be pushed. Throne to be defended. And where is the TA now? 4.5k net worth. Sorry, gold saved up, sorry. Towards that Divine Rapier. Here comes the Army of Secret. Catapult Waves bottom with a few Chen creeps. Closing in on 25 and brings a Storm into the fight. The Ghost Shroud popped immediately as a 2-man Vortex, and now the jump in. Abyssal Blade catches out FNG. Witch Doctor down. Nico Baby's BKB gives him a little bit of safety here as they focus Puppy with Limp. That's a Mecha Hand of God, and he's still up and running. This Puppy Chen is living through everything. They turn, tail, and face up against the Shadow Demon, who's dead without buyback now, and they've lost Limp. That is it. Game over. Alliance, a valiant effort up against Team Secret, and at moments they look like they had this one, but Nico Baby will be the final nail in the coffin as Secret take game 1, 51.5 minutes.
It was just a beautiful Dota to watch from Team Secret. Everyone is doing their job. You can see Zai sacrificing his farm at the early stages just to collect the information around the map, see what's happening, who's farming where, any kind of rotations were being scouted out. And Team Secret, even though they were fighting into ages, they still managed to kill 7 heroes without losing a single one. That just shows how good of a team Team Secret is.
Yeah, so Echo Slams, beautiful. A number of times, 3 or 4, like perfect Echo Slams in that game. And you've got to wonder, Team Secret, they're just seeming to be on a different level. Alliance by 2 blink.